Hello there. Here we are back again. Sorry for the delay in getting back, but we've had a few good nights recently, so I've been out in the field, so to speak, taking a lot of photos. Horsehead Nebula, Flame Nebula, Cocoon Nebula, Dumbbell Nebula. As you can tell, I like my nebulas. But the weather's been quite good the last few weeks, so I've been busy processing them. Anyway, this is where we left off last time. We'd just done filter, and then I went down to astro and did gradient exterminator on this, and I like this plugin a lot, and you know, if you do a lot of photos and that, well, even if you don't, I'd seriously think about getting it. It's a really good program. Right, I didn't mean to run that actually, but you can see the beauty of Photoshop. You just go to edit, like most programs, and just click on do, and there you go. Or you could go to Windows and History, and then all your actions that you've recently done will be here, and you just drag them down to the delete icon to get rid of them, so you can go back on anything that you don't want to keep. So this is where we left off. We've done a lot of stuff in levels, we've done some bits in curves. As I said, we use the gradient exterminator. We've brought out the detail mainly. No colour though, and that's what we're going to do now. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So you go to select. Let's try and get that for you. And then down to colour range. See that? Okay, and this little box appears. Here it is. Try and drag it over a bit. Don't forget I'm only doing this one-handed, so to speak, because I've got the phone in the other. And it's already highlighted the main part of the photo. But if you go down, if you click anywhere on the photo, you got a little eyedropper icon there. So just say click in the centre there. See, the whole photo is going to be selected. That's no good. We don't want that. We just want the thing itself. The Lagoon Nebula, not the thing. So just keep clicking anywhere on the Lagoon Nebula. Oh, there we go. That's not too bad. And if you go to fuzziness, one there, just pull it down a bit. You can see it's not too bad, but we might be able to get it a bit better. I just want the lagoon highlighted. Now that's a bit better. Okay, so click on that little fuzziness. And you see it's widening a bit. And you might be saying, well, why do you want to do that, Alan? Well, we want it highlighted. This thing here, the lagoon, sorry. We want that highlighted so we can do some good stuff to it. Anyway, click on OK and let's just see what we get. And you can see there that it's highlighted it a bit. So we'll give it a go. As I say, you can undo anything. So when you've done that, go to layer. So remember, we went to select first, and then colour range, and we just did all that stuff with the eyedropper. Let's just click outside, and then you go to layer and down to new adjustment layer, and here's all the goodies that you can use to do various things on the whatever's highlighted. So this thing needs a bit of colour. I took it with my Canon 2000D, which isn't very good for colour, whereas my Canon 6D, which I've been using recently on the Horsehead and the Flame Nebula, the colour is really good, and I'll be posting them shortly. But anyway, let's back to this. So we click on OK, and it brings up this little box here. So it needs to be more red, this. I mean, most nebulas are red anyway, so just put your thing there and just drag it a bit. And if you can see, it's starting to get a bit redder, yeah. Okay, it's a bit more redder. That's why we only wanted that selected, because we don't really want all this to go red. Yeah, some of it is, but you know, I'm rushing this video a bit, so when I did the eye picker, I would have just kept trying to get this bit, the Lagoon Nebula, as much as I can. You don't really want the surrounding area. Anyway, the lagoon is a bit redder, so we've got a bit of colour in there. So we'll just get rid of that. And it's brought up this another layer now for what we've just done. So just right click on that. Oh, you can't merge down. Right, we need to merge it down. So it is highlighted, so if you go to layer and then down to merge, there we go, it's done that. Okay, but we need to do a lot more in here, so we'll go back up to select and then down to colour range again, same thing as we did before. And let's see if we can get it a bit finer. So we're in this box again, yeah. So let's just click somewhere, see what we get. No, that's too much. We don't want all that selected. We only want the Lagoon Nebula selected. We could have just left it as it was. Oh, hold on. It's not too bad. I'll try and remember that spot. Let's try somewhere else. No, too much. So keep messing around, touching, clicking. Right, back to that spot. It was around here, wasn't it? Yeah. Seem to have lost it. See, obviously I'm trying to be quick in this video. When you're doing this at home and that's you've got more time, so I'm just clicking anywhere, wasting a bit of time here actually. Right, I tell you what, just click cancel, and let's go back into it again and see if it'll do it for me from the last time. It usually does, to be honest with you. Yeah, there it is. So I couldn't get it any. Well, I might be able to get it better, but it's the time, isn't it? So let's see if we can just make that a bit wider. So you can a bit. That's fine. Click on OK, and yeah, you can see all the marching hands highlighted on it. So then we just go back into layer again. I suppose we could use the colour again, give it even more colour, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to show you different stuff, but basically I would use colour balance, hue and saturation, vibrance, exposure sometimes, and brightness and contrast in this box, but experiment, you know, it's up to you. So let's try, what do we have? Let's see, brightness and contrast. Let's make it a bit brighter. Go on, we'll go for that. So you click on OK, and here you are. So we'll try and make it a bit brighter. So you can probably see it is getting brighter. Yeah. It's a fine line though, I mean, you don't want it too bright. And then we could mess with the contrast a bit as well. It's all up to personal taste, you know. Yeah, okay, click on that. So it's already highlighted the top layer there, so up again, back up to layer, and then down to merge, and it's done that. So we've got a bit of colour in there, it's a bit brighter. We've got just the one layer again, the main layer. So guess what, we're going to go back up into select, and down to colour range, and it's already left it highlighted for us, so we don't really need to do anything. But if I was at home, I would probably start, you know, clicking on any area to try and get it more specifically highlighted. See, it's kind of gone over a bit there, down and here and that, and over here. I don't really want it selected there, but you know, it'll do for what I'm showing you. So we'll click on OK for now anyway. So once again, it's highlighted a bit of it. The more you can get highlighted of the actual subject, the better, obviously. And then if we just go to layer again, and down to new adjustment layer. So we've done brightness, levels, I'm not bothering about that, exposure, I suppose I could do something like that. Vibrance, let's try hue and saturation. Click on OK. Okay, and this just, sometimes this really brings out the colour. Bring that across, yeah, you can see. It's hard to see over here. And saturate it a bit. Yeah, it's really starting there. Phone obviously isn't, oh, you can see it's a bit there, yes. Yeah, can you see that? The light in the room's right above this. I'm filming at night, I'm afraid. It's the only time I've got. Right, so yeah, we'll go for that. It's not too bad. So once again, that's highlighted. So we go up to layer, and then down to merge down. Okay, so we've got that. It's looking a lot better, yeah. Okay, now you could go over to filter and use some of this stuff here, sharpen and smart sharpen. I use quite a bit. I'm not going to use it now. Another one I like to use is camera raw filter. So it's just going to take a while while it loads that up. It's working away there. Camera raw filter I quite like. Here we are, it's in. Okay, I always click on auto first there to see what it'll do. No, that's no good, is it? It's turned it too wide, so just go back to the default. That looks a lot better. And then you can mess around with all this good stuff here. Maybe I'll black it down a bit. I think it's a bit too bright, so I'll just black it down. Yeah, I use that quite a bit. And the other one I like in here is a bit of texture sometimes, only a bit. And this is my favourite, clarity. Quite like that. Really starts to bring out some of the detail. Dehaze. Sometimes I'll mess with that. Kind of. Oh yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, that's done some good stuff there. Yeah. I don't know where my cursor's gone. Oh, there it is. You can see it's looking quite good now. We got colour. Yeah. Okay. And then we click on OK. Right, I've got another plugin that I use quite a bit. I was just doing something there. Oh, happy days. See, that's how it looks after camera raw filter done its job. I have got another plugin that I use here. And I have to go to Actions in the window menu for this. And it's called Astronomy Tools. It's got a funny name, Carbonies or something like that. And these are all basically macros of stuff. And I'll see if I can run this one. The main one I use in this one is local contrast. There it is. I am on local contrast. And then if you just click on play, it'll start doing some stuff. And this will really bring out the detail, I find. Quite like it. I hope it's not going to take too long. Usually it's pretty quick. Right, so you can see it's doing something, the macro is doing something. So we'll just let it get on with this thing. There's another one in this box, Enhanced DSO, Deep Space Object, and this is the stuff you can mess around with. As I said, oh yeah, it's really doing something. It's called Astronomy Tools. If you Google it, it's got a funny name. I know the guy in Astro Backyard uses it. If you really want to get it, just leave it. Just let me know in comments, and I'll find out exactly what it's called. But I know it's called Astronomy Tools. It's another plugin that you can use for Photoshop. Anyway, it's doing this thing now on the old lagoon, and I usually run it once, twice sometimes, but if you run it twice you start to get quite a bit of noise. But I've got another plugin for noise that I really love. Try not to go too much with this video time wise, so we are getting hopefully near the end. You've seen some good stuff, hopefully that'll help you out. Especially the select menu, and then over to the layer menu, and then filter and camera raw. But experiment, you know, If you make any mistakes, you just go to edit and undo it, or you go to window and history and just step back. So it's still doing this contrast. Maybe it was a mistake to do it. Oh no, it's done it right. And it's brought out a bit of contrast, I think. It's usually pretty good actually. Right, what was I going to do next? Let me have a look. I was going to show you that other plugin. It's a bit noisy, this photo. When I say noisy, it looks grainy. So I go down to the last plugin that I haven't showed you, and this is called Colormancer. You can get a demo of this boundary noise reduction. If you just click on that, it'll analyse the photo. And this has saved me many times, you know. Really does a good job sometimes. Well, most of the time, to be honest. I love this this one. I bought it eventually. Here's the before, and here's the after. You can see the effect here, and that's what we want. So we just go up and click on OK. Basically, it's all to do with how far you. The more you drag this arrow to the right, the smoother the picture's going to look, but also it's going to get rid of all that it's going to get rid of a lot of detail, so you have to experiment with that. Anyway, we'll click on OK for now because time's getting on. So it's doing its thing. It doesn't take long. And that's made the picture a lot smoother. You'll have to take my word for it. Yeah, and I might run maybe up to filter and sharpen, smart sharpen as well. I probably would, so there's my settings for smart sharpen if you want to do them. Okay, and then click OK. And that's doing its thing, doing its thing. Going a bit slow, come on. The photo's looking a lot smoother at the moment. What I would do is I would probably go into levels and try and darken it up a lot more. And maybe run the RC Astro Gradient Exterminator again on it. Really, that's what I'll be working at now, is to darken this background a bit more. Then maybe I might do another select colour range again. Maybe bring out the colour again. You can do it as many times as you want. It's up to you. I was just going to show you one more thing. Another way of getting the colour a bit more, which is in curves. I'm only going to all this trouble for the colour, and that's because it's the Canon 2000 that I used to take this picture, and it's not very good at colour. Whereas I recently just took the Horsehead and Flame Nebula with the Canon 6D, and I didn't have to do any of this. It was just there. So I just did the levels and curves, and the colour was already there. You know, I didn't really have to do anything. So if I wanted to bring out maybe the red a bit more in this, I'd just go up here, adjustments, which you should be familiar with, and then down to curves, There we go, curves box. We know all about this. But this time I go to red. Okay. And then click on the little hand icon. Click on the thing itself. I'm waiting for it to bring up that little spot on the curve line, which it hasn't. Never works when you want it to. Right, well usually when you click on it, it'll bring up that little box here, right? And then you click on the edge of it, and it's bringing up a little box up there, there. And then basically what you would do is pull that up a bit to increase the red. Careful though, because it'll increase the background as well. I don't use this way very often, but it is, I used to use it at the beginning. Let's just cancel that. Let's just try it again. See if we can get it a bit better for you. Down to adjustments, curves. Okay, let's just click somewhere there. It doesn't seem to want to come. Let's press there. Oh, right, I've got to change it to red first anyway. It's the red I want to do. So click on that. Right, so it's brought up that red spot there. I don't know whether you can see it, yeah? Right, so then if you click somewhere at the edge of the, it'll bring up another red spot. There, yes. Okay, and then usually just put something up, say, that way. Another red spot. No, don't want to do it. Just keep clicking the hand icon, and we need to get those spots. And there we are. So we've got 3 spots. One at the far right, in the middle, down the bottom left. And then I'd put other little spots to anchor it down. See where, like that. And then another one here. We're anchoring it down. So I'm only doing the lagoon area. So I'm just pulling that ever so slightly, because I don't want to affect the background, and you can see it's going a bit more redder. But I'd only do a bit on that, yeah. And then click OK. Right. As I said, I'd probably go into levels. Always in and out of levels, see if there's anything I can do in there. Yeah, we can blacken that up quite a bit actually. Okay, click OK. And there you go. Trying to give you the best possible picture of it. So it looks quite good. Looks quite good. Right. I think that's it. Camera Raw. I like to use that. There's a couple of plugins. I think that is it, you know. And then we did all that work at the beginning with select and color range. if you remember, bringing up that little box and then getting the eyedropper and clicking like that. No, it's too much, you can see. Just trying to go back over this. Never works properly when, oh, well, that's not too bad. Yeah, I'd probably, where are we? See, that's not bad, is it? See, you only want that area affected, the lagoon, yeah? Just going back to the beginning of this video. And you can see that it's highlighted. And then I'll go over to layer and do all that stuff I did at the beginning. You can use any of this, you can brighten it up. You can do levels and curves just on the lagoon area itself, exposure, vibrance, colour balance. If your camera's not giving you good colour, that's where I usually go. But I'm not going to do any more to it, so I'll just go to edit and undo colour range. And there we go, back to it. So that's the kind of, I would mess around with this a lot more, but I think you'll agree it looks a lot better than it was. Any questions, comments, leave them down below, and I'll be posting some photos that I've done recently. Due to the good weather. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye for now.